Hey everybody, it's 3 a.m. Saturday morning and I'm tired, so y'all gotta bear with me. On my last post that I posted of me in my school uniform, I got some amazing feedback. They say that, sometimes you shouldn't share with friends and family what you have planned, but I tell you, sharing that with you guys it was nice. All the feedback I got back, it was nothing but inspiring. It was motivating. It was inspirational. So I really, really, really appreciate all the feedback I got from everyone. The messages that were left, the DMs, the phone calls, the text. I really appreciate it. It was hard. It was a hard decision for me to decide to go back to school because, like I had stated before, I've been down that road. I've been through the journey of being in school full time, having kids at home. So let's back up a little bit, and I'll tell you a little bit about my journey. So when I moved to Indianapolis, I moved here with just myself and my 3 kids, and they were young at the time. My youngest she had just turned 1. So I had a brand new, I wouldn't say brand new, but I had a 1-year-old and 2 young ones that were in elementary school. I had no job. I had no place to live. I had decided to leave a relationship that I no longer wanted to be in. And I had an aunt that lived in Indianapolis, and I came to Indianapolis. When I got here, I was lucky enough to get a job at the apartment complex that I had moved into, and met a couple of interesting people. Put my son into football. It was very important for me to keep him busy. Being in a big city, I wanted to surround him with men that were positive and men that looked like him. So our school district had a really good football team, and he joined that when he was in 1st grade. So he was in 1st grade, and my oldest daughter was in 3rd grade at the time. So I decided to enroll at IUPUI in the education program because I had always wanted to teach. That was my thing. I wanted to be a teacher. And my mom got sick, and she was still living over in Champaign at the time. So I was going back and forth. I was in school. The kids were in daycare and in school. And I was going back and forth to Champaign, trying to take care and make sure everything was okay there, and things were not okay. And they finally sent her home on hospice. If you're in Champaign, you probably remember that Champaign's pretty small. We were a really tight community back then. I think everybody of anybody was in Champaign at the hospital came up to see Mom at that time. But they sent her home on hospice, which meant she was going home to die, and she did not. She got better, the grace of God, and I ended up moving her over here, Indianapolis, with me. And my aunt that was here, I asked her if, I withdrew from school, and I asked her if she would help me out with Mom and the kids why I enrolled in this 18-month program. It was a CST program, a certified surgical technologist. It was a fast track, 18 months. And I was determined to get through that. That way I knew I would have a good job. I have an aunt, my Aunt Valerie. She's a CST, and she tried to get me to get into the program right after high school, but I never had a desire to go into the medical field. To go back a little bit, when Ajane was younger, I was a CNA, and I became a hospice CNA, and I was offered the opportunity to go to nursing school to become a pediatric. They wanted to hire me as a pediatric hospice nurse, and I said, hell no. I was okay with adults, being around adults and helping them get through their final stages of life, but I was not going to do that for kids. It was hard enough doing it for adults, but I was lucky enough to have adults that were either elder or had made peace with they had a terminal illness. Okay, so going back, I enrolled in school. Mom actually got so much better that she ended up helping me through school. I was no longer helping her. She was 100% better. She was helping me with the kids, helping me hold down everything. And school was rough because I'm just going to be honest. I was not a good student in high school. I did not become a good student until I became an adult. Things just start clicking. That'll be another video for another time, but I really struggled as a young person in school. But I learned that I don't learn like everybody else, and I learned that this program was very good for me because once I got out of the classroom and everything became hands-on, everything just started falling into place. It made sense. If I could touch it, if I could manipulate it, if I can smell it, if I was able to get my hands in there, it made sense. And so that really helped me excel. And I was determined to be the best student that I could be. I was not in competition with anybody else. I wanted to be the best student that I can be, and there was no room for failure because I had nothing. You know, I was living in an apartment that was subsidized. I was just not in a good place. But I had these kids looking at me, and these kids depending on me, and I needed to make things right. So got finished, got through the program, graduated top of my class, took that certification exam, passed it the first time. I was at the county hospital where I did my externship, and they actually asked me to stay. They asked me to apply, and I did, and I got the job, and I've actually been at the hospital ever since. Being a surgical technologist was very rewarding. It was hard, mentally and physically. It was not uncommon to be in the OR for 12 hours and have a half an hour or a 45-minute lunch, and that's it. Doing that 3 days out of the week. Took a lot of time away from my kids. My mom was phenomenal. She was that other parent. And it was hard. It was hard mentally on me. I felt like I was not the best parent. I felt like I missed a lot of their life, working and providing for them. But I did the best I could do. And that's all we can do, right? As parents, that's all we can do. But they're good. You know, I have all three of them have graduated from high school. They're doing good things. They're doing things that they want to do. And I feel like I did okay. So with that being said, no matter how bad you think you're doing okay. If they're living and they're breathing and you can provide a roof over their head and you put food on the table, hey, you're doing phenomenal, okay? You are. You will never be the best parent. You will be the worst parent to them at some point in their life. They will hate you. They'll get over it. They'll grow up and have kids themselves, and then they'll realize that you were the best. Going forward, I don't regret any struggles that I've gone through. Actually, I don't have any regrets at all in life. That's just me. I'm not saying that if you have regrets, that's wrong. I just don't regret any decision that I've ever made in life. Have a lot of the decisions that I've made been stupid? Yes. Have they been not well thought out? Yes. Have I had to suffer consequences maybe over and over again for making the same dumb choice? Yes. However, it's gotten me where I am right now. Right now, in this place right here is where I'm supposed to be. I used to always, and I still do, wonder, why do I always have to take the hard way? Why can't God just give me a break? Why can't God just make it easy for me? Why do I have to always struggle? And God told me, why not you? I have people watching you. I need you to tell your story. I need you to let people know that it's okay. I never wanted to come into the medical field, but I've met so many amazing people. I've been able to talk to them and, learn from them and share my experiences, and been able to be their cheerleader. I'm always somebody's cheerleader. I mean, I love to see people succeed. Even if we start here and you end up here, I am still cheering you on, because what good is it going to be? What good is it doing me not to cheer you on? I mean, we all need cheerleaders. If we all just cheered for each other, the world would be a better place. I'm always that one. Even if I have a little bit of information or knowledge, I just want to share it with everybody, because I truly feel that God doesn't allow us to have gifts or to obtain knowledge and not share it. That's one of the things that this hospital has taught me. What if that surgeon decides he doesn't want to share what he's learned? Information is meant to be shared. Okay? And I feel like when we share, God blesses us. Okay? I've been reflecting a lot on, why am I here? Why journey? Why, am I still here? I'm still in, even though I've started school, I'm still in this hospital. My journey here is not done at all. But I'm here for a reason. Another reason that I believe that God put me in this hospital, put me in the medical field, is I feel so much more at ease going through health situations, knowing what I know, and having the connections that I have because I've worked here. When I was diagnosed with cancer, I knew which nurse to call and say, hey, I need to know, well, how do you feel about this, doctor? You know what? Let's call one of the surgeons that we've worked with before and ask him, because I know him and I trust him. Who does he feel that is the best person to take care of me? And that's going to respect how I feel and treat me like a person. So when I was diagnosed, I called that doctor, got right in the next week, had my surgery within 2 more weeks, recovered, was at ease. I was at ease. Found out about Amani, being pregnant with Amani, when we got our 23-week scan. Knowing the lingo that the doctors were talking about, knowing also, this was very important to me, knowing that when they said they were not sure, understanding that they really were not sure, because knowing that when a baby is inside of a mother, development is still happening, and it doesn't stop happening until sometime even after the baby is born, especially with the heart. So when they said, we don't know, we'll have to wait and see, I was okay, even though I knew that that didn't settle too well with my ex-husband, because we want answers right here, right now, right? Especially when it comes to our children, unborn child. But with having the medical background that I have and having the faith that I have, I knew she would be okay. I did. From the beginning, I knew she would be okay. I think I had more faith than the doctors. I had more faith than, of course, than my ex-husband did, most definitely. But I believe that's another reason why God put me here. So, with that being said, I want you guys to just stop and reflect and realize where you are now, and realize no matter where you are in your life, whether you're older or younger, You're there for a reason. It may not be the reason that you think or the reason that you want. And you may not even be in that place because of you. You may be in that place because someone else is watching you. Someone else needs to see you going through what you're going through. And just appreciate. I'm not going to say appreciate because we don't always appreciate, and that's kind of hard to say. Appreciate where you are. No one wants to. If you don't want to be there, you don't want to appreciate where you are. Okay, let's just keep it real. Sometimes I don't appreciate where I am. I don't. But God will sure humble me a lot. Every time I walk in these doors, I am humbled and I am grateful that I am walking in as an employee and not as a patient. So I'm going to tell you guys every time, get out, make some memories, make some beautiful memories with your families, beautiful memories with your kids, beautiful memories with yourself, because in the end, that's all we really have, right? Our memories. So be blessed and make some beautiful memories, guys.